This is a Nekko Media podcast.
What's your pleasure, sir?
Welcome, cinephiles and Cenobites, to this Cinebite number 35. I'm your host, Annika P., Cinderella Hellborn, bringer of chains, Ignagaholic, and all-around wondrous witch. Yeah, that one is new. The boys Mox and Ono are joined by friend, historian, scholar, Noe Arista. The three chat on their top 6 sci-fi flicks of the last century. Whatever that means. The three go off on tangents, but it's insightful and boring too. Prep yourselves. Sano 6.
The box. We came. Now you must come with us. Taste our pleasures.
All right, welcome to a new Cinebite, Ceno 6. Today we're going to go over our top 6 sci-fi flicks of the last century.
Or rather, of last century.
We got a special guest here on the show.
Yep. Noe Arista.
Aloha.
She has joined us for the sci-fi list. We picked it because she is becoming into sci-fi and films with strong stories.
Strong stories. That's why we went with sci-fi.
I feel like genre doesn't matter, you
No,
know, if
yeah.
the story is strong.
If it's a good story, yeah.
Yeah, so before we get started.
Yes, before we hit the list, if you hear this, our picks are different.
And if you hear this, it means our picks are the same.
And if you hear this, it means you hit the Seno 666. And all three of our picks are the same.
Noe, go ahead and go first. I'll go second, and Mox will be the third one.
Oh, man. Okay, full disclosure, I did not do my homework, so I might
No one did.
not have had 6. One of the Jurassic Park, the one with the aquarium in it.
Oh,
The
World.
mosasaur.
Jurassic World.
Yeah, my kids
Yeah.
love that mosasaur thing. And
Like when it eats the great white.
the
Yeah.
And
pterodactyls.
It ate
and
the
woman.
babysitter.
It did.
Oh, what a way to go.
My mosasaur ate the babysitter.
Yeah.
Number 6.
Number 6.
It's a good one. And the chick playing the Ethan babysitter, she stars in that Canadian slasher show called Slasher.
Oh, nice. Oh, okay.
She's also on Supergirl, if anyone cares.
Number 6, mine goes to Spaceballs.
Yeah.
Mel Brooks. Awesome parody of Alien. You see Alien in there. We also see the it's Star Wars, obviously, in that one too.
Fucking Pizza the Hut.
Yeah, Pizza the Hut. Lots of good bits in there too.
A lot of good bits, yeah.
I
I remember seeing that when Coca Marina had only a 2plex, and it was on the not adjacent side, but the fucking across side.
okay. Coca Marina.
Coca Marina. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, I've never seen a movie there yet.
Really? Even in the new one?
No.
No, you seen any at the Coca Marina?
I have no reason to drive that side.
Like the film festival thing.
Oh, that's right. It does kind of spread out over.
And yeah, prepare for metamorphosis. Ready, Kafka? Like I didn't get that until college.
Oh.
What's Kafka? What's a Kafka? But yeah, Spaceballs.
Schwartz. Yeah, okay, for number 6. Ah, shit, I got Jurassic Park too.
Jurassic Park or World?
Jurassic Park. Oh yeah, she picked World. Fuck. Almost hit a fucking ding. Oh well. Yeah, I don't think there are many heavy genre introductions that beat out Jurassic Park. The fucking raptor and shit in the cage.
Did you watch that in theaters?
I did.
Yeah, I remember.
Valhalla Mall, yeah.
Oh wow.
I was in that line back when it had lines.
Oh wow. Yeah, I mean it was such a big deal.
It was a huge deal.
Just because, was it released after Aniki?
It was.
Was?
Yeah.
Because then they had stories of like the T-Rex head was like flew off and it went
Really?
like it went into someone's house. Like,
Well, I never heard any of that shit, but
and it's just so weird because in that movie
Uh-huh.
there was an actual hurricane, right?
right. Well, wasn't that Iniki?
No, I mean like
Oh, they
in the
scripted.
story.
Yeah, they
Yes.
scripted. Yeah.
So that was the irony, and I thought that I was confused because I thought, did they put it in there because it
Because,
actually
right.
did happen, and they had to make up for the
Roll with it.
Yeah. So all right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, over to Noe.
Number
Number
5.
5.
I gotta say, Total Recall.
Nice.
Oh, good one.
That's Philip K. Dick.
Yeah,
That's right.
I like a lot of his.
It's good
Stuff.
stuff. It's a lot of very twisty stuff. And did
and
you
Memory
think,
again.
Yeah, right. Did you think he was lobotomized at the end, or do you think he woke up? Because
The Fade to White.
yeah, because the commentary Paul Verhoeven and Arnold say this is what it means. But what did you think?
Yeah, what'd you read?
I probably thought that he came, like, woke up. I
He woke
probably
up.
thought that, but
They said that it was fade to white because he was lobotomized.
it probably was
Oh.
that.
I mean, they do say it, and then it makes sense because in the beginning, it's weird. Like it's just little details, right? Before they put him under, there's a thing in the background and the screen showing shots of like different landscapes, and one of the landscapes is the place where he has to put his hand in the thing.
Oh, and that monster thing,
Right,
the monster paw.
monster hand. Right.
Oh fuck!
They
I've seen
show
that a
that.
trillion times. I've never.
Now I
caught
gotta
that.
go back and watch it.
It's just in the background, like it's flipping through.
Right, as if it's one of the options. Choose
right.
your adventure. Oh
And
fuck.
I just think that it's the old one, not the new one.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck the new one is. What the fuck?
They should have used that as an opportunity to redo like a new version rather than redo Total Recall the movie.
Yeah.
Like just get for the original source material and make it your own. But they didn't.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck to call that. I feel like too throwing in the actresses and shit. I feel like, oh, is this Sci-Fi Underworld?
Right.
There's
2
no
weeks.
vampires. No vampires. Okay.
But yeah, and it's good balance of
I love
action
Colin
too.
Farrell though.
That got an Oscar nomination for something.
Makeup.
Probably.
I think it won for makeup.
Kato lives.
Yeah. He's not Kato.
Right. All right.
Fucking looking like Krang.
Quato.
Quato. I got 5 kids to feed. So,
What is that from?
the guy, the driver. right?
Oh yeah.
Isn't that the Get Your Ass to Mars movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get your ass back to Mars.
Get your
Get,
ass
That's back to Mars.
get back to Mars. Yeah. And he had to put that towel on his head. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that would fly today.
Yeah, right. I remember like going to. It could have been a Target or another store, but they had the exact same towels.
Really? Oh fuck.
I wish
you're
I
like,
bought them. Like,
oh.
it's like these are the same ones.
I
But-
just remember that scene when they turn off the fans in that sector and that sound that it made when it was going down.
Is that where everybody was dying?
Yeah.
They're like
The
choking.
bar girls and the
That's how I feel when the AC is down. I'm like,
like right now.
Yeah, it's like, oh.
Kind of feels like that.
Fuck.
right on.
I remember him trying to pull the fucking tracer thing out.
Out of his nose.
Fuck that shit.
my
And then when his
God.
face turns to like total jelly when he's
Yeah.
outside in the atmosphere.
You think that's like how it's like giving birth, but there's just
I mean, it looks like it, but I feel this is a much less sensitive region altogether than here, so maybe not quite as bad. But it looked like fuck. Like, oh, let them track me.
and his.
He's like, I don't care if that's what I gotta do.
And
Or can I
sometimes
get a magnet and just like
I
break it with
wish-
the magnet?
That was the only way.
like Etch a Sketch.
Yeah. Yeah, I just
he gave birth to his. No.
yeah. Ooh.
Oh, okay. Right on. My number 5,
Mhm.
Return of the Jedi.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I can't. Yeah.
I mean, I love Empire, but
Okay, Empire better make the list if Jedi's on the list.
Seriously.
But I mean, it's like if I watch Empire, I have to watch Return. But if I watch Return,
You
I don't have to watch anything.
Are you not? Can you just not like? Do you need the closure on the down
Yeah.
ending?
It's like, yeah, I do. It's kind of like The Matrix. Like if I watch the first movie, okay, now I gotta watch the second one. Now I gotta watch the third one.
Really?
But then
Oh.
if I just start on the third one, Oh,
You're
it's okay.
good.
I'm good. Yeah.
I like never watched the third one. I think they should have just stopped it too. I'm like, I'm fine. I'll need to go to Zion.
No. But well, the best part, I really do like the Jabba the Hutt stuff.
That's true. And the fucking what you call Boba Fett falling into the
Yeah, I mean that's you watch it for that part.
Sarlacc.
And
I'm like,
Boba
no,
Fett
Boba
got
Fett.
Boba Fett got the raw deal there.
He fucking totally did. I feel like that's like a running joke too, yeah, on a lot of.
Plus,
pop
he's
culture
armored.
stuff.
I feel like he could have crawled out of that
Right.
shit.
Oh.
Like,
He's got a jetpack, but I guess maybe sand. But I'm like, all right,
Boba Fett, where? Boba Fett? Who?
best bounty hunter in the world, universe.
Oh, Return of the Jedi. And the
Are you
flight
stoked
scene.
for Last Jedi? Anybody?
Yeah,
I already got my tickets.
Really? Oh.
I have this like Hawaiian breakfast club thing going on. We all show up in like pajamas or ugly sweaters, Star Wars themed, and then
And then you go watch.
we have like mimosas at Big City, and then we go to Ward and watch it.
Cool.
We've done this like for 2 years now, 3 years.
With other like big release films, or just like.
Just the Star Wars franchise so far.
Rogue One and Episode 7.
Yeah, me and this brother, we like to see things like John Wick. It's so dumb. John Wick, and then like
the first one,
and then
yeah.
Star Wars. I'm trying to get him to go see Blade Runner with me because you guys fucking hate Blade Runner, but I already got
Well, I
another
just
Blade
didn't
Runner
get it.
date.
I think I'll fall asleep in
Don't.
that one. 'Cause
The
I almost fell
original?
asleep in Ghost in the Shell, even though I didn't.
I
Oh, I
watched that on
fucking
the
did.
plane.
I
I just
totally
watched it
did.
on the plane coming back from Zurich. It was like irritating.
It's a good one.
Take away the fact that it's whitewashed. It's still irritating.
That was what. Okay, so you
Reimagined. I don't like.
You don't like whitewashed.
you are like Japanese, and then you wake up haole. Like I just couldn't. Part of me was just like, what? I don't know if it's whitewashing or Asian washing. Like it's like the haole fantasy of wanting to be ethnic in some
Or at least just
form.
wear our skin.
But I wonder, shouldn't that be flattering?
That's flattering, but
Yeah.
then they fuck it up and get all the valences wrong. Like, if you're gonna do me, do me. You know, you know, like I really like.
She's bringing sexy back.
I am bringing sexy back because everybody keeps making it like it's taboo. Like,
Well, not like to like when you take someone else's culture and try to not like
Appropriated or
Not appropriate, but, like,
misappropriated.
that's what I meant, like flattering, like
Yeah.
oh I like your culture, so
Like,
I'm gonna
it's
wear
the
it and stuff. Yeah,
it's the flattery is a what is it?
yeah.
Sincerest compliment. I don't know. It's something like that.
Imitation.
It's a sincerest form of flattery. Even bad imitation.
So when you take like that, you know, you just
Yeah.
like, oh, I think it's cool. I'm gonna do that too. I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna do my thing with it. But
Yeah.
like,
I felt like the most uncomfortable scene was when the mom has to like
Oh,
act like that's her daughter.
That was weird. Now, it didn't piss me off too much that, you know, she's white and all that. In fact, they gave a reason, which I guess it's whatever. But that was uncomfortable. I don't know. I'm guessing they meant that, but just the movie itself sucked.
Okay, like I'm a historian, right? Like I gotta think about when I'm writing the history, I'm writing about Hawaiian history, about the kind of trauma that goes with that history of colonialism and mass death, population crash, all that kind of stuff. And then we get people who want to like rep that and they're not Hawaiian, which is cool. Like I'm always saying anybody can be a historian, but when people try to like rep that in the way where they're like chasing a dragon, where they're like, oh, you know, like look at the Hawaiians, they're so cool, like they rebelled, they coup-ed, and then they're not Hawaiian, so they can tap into the cooler elements of it, but the trauma that's intergenerational, that's not actually real for them. So it's that kind of moment where I feel like they're setting up this scenario where this Scarlett Johansson's body goes through this traumatic event and experience, but yes and no. Like I don't know. It has resonance for me in ways that has nothing to do with the film.
With the actual film. But
yeah. But with my own experience having to deal with
it harkens back to
non-Hawaiians
that.
who are all up in the movement for the heroin hit of it, like for the
yeah, the social
sort of-
justicism
yeah,
or the
like the
Twitter hashtag of
activism,
it. Yeah,
the activism of it, but they're not actually.
activism. Is that a thing? Because it should be.
Not
coined
we
it?
hakukira activism. That's
Activism.
you're an activist if the cameras are rolling.
Yeah.
But everybody else's program has to constantly run because they're doing actual service to the community. But you know.
Oh, activism.
Yeah.
Activism.
So I don't know. So that Ghost in the Shell, it was for me. Oh yeah, it's a movie you would watch on a film in between two real places.
Yeah.
It had that liminal sort of unreal quality.
Well, I know we didn't like. Oh, did you still give it a thumbs up? I know you don't hate any movie.
I
but
did, but I think if I were to watch it again, it was a slow movie.
I know,
That would be
like
my
you weren't
pick.
impressed at all, and I think I fell asleep and I woke up at the boss fight, which was not bad. She's like battling a fucking spider tank.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, boring.
that movie.
I thought the most interesting thing was the memory, like jacking into the memory of the AI, and looking
That's
at the
what I
way the
forgot about that
computer, the way that the computers are constructed.
She had to
And
kinda,
that
like,
you
piece
can lose
together.
a sense of self or identity by intermingling your memories with that of others, and that would be a vulnerable point, that they could access your data points and then like overwhelm you. I thought that was cool. Like we're seeing that happen now with all the hackers stealing data. It's not your body, but it's your body of knowledge.
Oh, it's your essence. That's a good one. Not your body, but your body of knowledge. Well, so
Your number 5.
my number 5 is The Thing,
2011.
Yeah.
the original,
The original.
the 80s. Yeah,
For real.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love both of them, but yeah, I
It's
mean,
good.
They have like a weird Korean version of this, I feel like, with my favorite actor who's does horror figure on this list too, or just sci-fi?
well,
was in
if
that
it's
film called
Defend it. And see what we'll
Thirst,
see.
the vampire, the Korean vampire movie.
I think I've heard of it, but I have not seen it.
No.
It's awesome.
Is it sci-fi vampires or are they like Dracula vampires? Like,
It's ex-Catholic priest vampires.
okay,
Who
so
have-
closer to Dracula vampires.
Yeah.
Your number 4? Oh, wait.
Ooh. 4. I want to say E.T.
No. Okay. It's been a while. It's been a long while since I've seen it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it just was.
It never really resonated with me, that movie.
Well, you're watching Aliens at 6, so you accelerated quickly. I think I watched E.T. at 13 or something.
Yeah. Well, I just remember him.
You should think
having
you
to
would
go
like it.
home.
Like there's a whole Halloween thing in there.
Yeah, I was watching some kind of tutorial thing on YouTube, and then they started showing shots of E.T. I'm like, fuck, I don't even remember that. That is pretty dope. But yeah, I just from childhood, it's not one of the, it's not one that I guess resonated or stuck with me. I should watch it again, but I think it's just so like fucking oversaturated, in society that I'm like, I'll pass. Besides, I've seen Jaws like the 80 billion times.
Right on. Number 4? I got Stargate.
Yeah, I know you're a fan of that one.
Yeah. No?
No, not even history or that we're coming into Ghost in the Shell kind of thing.
I don't know. I never watched Stargate and got into it.
Not even the Kurt Russell movie.
No.
Oh, wow.
I like it.
Well, yeah, I'm referencing the Kurt Russell. Roland Emmerich. It took me a bit, like, because then it's not like they're time traveling, but they're traveling in space. So, like, there's another Egypt in another part of the universe.
Right.
With sands and pyramids. But yeah, this film notes that aliens built those things, not humans.
Not humans.
Yeah. So,
Makes sense.
yeah. And the fact that you can travel through some kind of beam of light, and the series
That's right.
were awesome.
That's how they. Yeah.
So yeah, that was my favorite part of it.
Nice. For number 4, I got Aliens.
Yeah, it's a little low.
Yeah, you think so? I mean, well, when you see the other 3, but yeah, dope ass movie. Nothing really more to say about that.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it. Well,
Listen to the
I can
commentary.
actually talk about that a lot. I mean, the pure action or action horror crossover and some of Cameron's best work to date.
I feel so. I mean, I think he just dropped the ball on everything after Terminator 2.
Mm.
I mean, Avatar was watchable. I liked it.
Like those 3 movies, he doesn't have to do anything for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, between T2 and Titanic, he was probably just looking at the Titanic the whole time doing research for that movie. He spent 5 years just doing
Avatar
research.
took him forever to write, right?
Right, and I think he's got the next 3 movies.
Yeah, they're all slated already. I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck.
And didn't he say he had to like wait out technology to catch up to what he wanted his vision was?
Oh, maybe.
I remember working at the gas station, and this Indian guy came up to like it's a customer, and for some reason we started talking about Avatar. I'm like, what makes this movie special? And then he showed me his hand. He's like, look at my hand. You see the wrinkles? I'm like, yeah. He said, well, the CGI will show you wrinkles. That is how detailed it is. I'm like, okay. But when I watched it, I mean, I wasn't like blown away, but I appreciated the action sequences. So I mean, that part wasn't boring, but then it was just like, like these avatars. I don't care.
Big
like,
deal. Yeah.
like the effects. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
but,
the effects were cool.
I mean,
I didn't really give a fuck about the characters or the stories either.
yeah.
And I got irritated for the same reason.
With the characters? Or the story?
Yeah, jacking white people into native bodies
Yeah.
and then having them save the tribe. Or not.
But I think, well,
I got grossed when he was basically, fucking his flying horse thing.
What?
Or his
are you talking
He
about?
plugs his shit into the shit to make it fly, right?
Oh yeah, that's how they fly.
That was just a little.
But then he did hook up with that girl Avatar.
Right, I know, but.
Or what is their species called? They're not the Avatarians.
Yeah, no, Avatar is just right.
Just
the
like
representative thing. I don't know. They're like Winjakas or some shit. I don't know.
It's gotta save this tree.
Some made up vowel heavy.
If any of you out there thought that being native would like give you a leg up on political correctness, you can just get rid of that now.
Okay, whatever.
I don't know. I'm looking. What are they called? Navi.
Navi sounds familiar. Navi.
And it was cheesy when Cameron's getting his awards and like speaking in Navi, because he said that's like a combination.
I don't even know.
What?
Yeah,
Really?
like he would just like a little. Oh, thank you. This means thank you for this award.
Wow.
Yeah, but they even went deep in the language of that, right? Because they said it was something like they used like bits and pieces of like Russian and German, but then in like another language's kind of context and style.
They like literally created
to create that. I mean,
language.
Yeah. I mean, like Fifth Element, but like what did they do? They didn't go that deep. They're just like making like ectogamete.
Ectogamete. Multipass. I like fucking Firefly's version of throwing together some kind of concoction language. You hear a little bit of Chinese and shit.
Right.
Blade Runner does that too.
Yeah.
But you were probably asleep when that happened.
It's not memorable.
Probably.
It was more
they're like
001111001
action sequences. Harrison Ford.
0011.
Binary code or something. All right.
Okay, so that was Aliens number 3.
I feel like I want to do a do-over with 6. I just want to drop my number 6.
Jurassic World.
We'll circle back to that. We'll circle back to 6.
Because I have 4 movies left that I can't decide between. I liked Arrival.
With Charlie Sheen?
No. The aliens that come down and the linguistics professor has to figure out.
I love that movie.
What language?
What movie is that one?
Arrival.
No, I mean like who's in it?
No, you know. It's just called The Arrival or
Amy
Arrival.
Adams.
Amy Adams.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. The one with the ending you said was kind of controversial.
Jeremy Renner, Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah.
I actually love that one.
That was a really good movie. It was a very twist ending, and
Yeah.
so I was surprised, and I guess a bit
Fucking made me cry.
because that whole subplot with the daughter is misleading, right? It's it is nothing.
You
really.
think she lost her, but she hasn't even got her yet.
It's like, oh, okay, but then it makes you'd have to watch it again.
I started
Okay.
piecing it together though that
Yeah.
Jeremy Renner was the dad and stuff, but I didn't know that was
Yeah.
the surprise.
Right on.
I fucking love that movie. I mean, if you're gonna market some shit like it's gonna be sci-fi action, at least give me Arrival, not Blade Runner.
Right on.
I don't know. I would have PTSD about that movie, but I'm still wondering what the future holds.
Arrival,
Yeah.
and you beat PTSD on that one.
All right. Number 3.
Number 3 for you.
Galaxy Quest.
That's
Say
a
that.
dope one.
Yeah.
I fucking love that one.
I remember watching that in theaters, not expecting, like, my brother wanted to watch it. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, it looks like a popcorn flick.
Yeah. And I got more out of it. Like, whoa, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And that's all satire too, right? I mean, I like that about this one. And then
It's actually all of them pretty much in
Yeah.
top form.
Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman, yeah. Tony
Sigourney Weaver.
Shalhoub.
Yeah.
Fucking what's his name?
Sigourney Weaver's in that movie, right?
As
Sam-
awesome, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Sam?
Sam Rockwell, yeah.
You are lost. Oh.
They're even the ones who play the aliens in
Yeah.
top
That's
form too.
hilarious.
This guy, I had a classmate who could do that so good. Like, like, all right, that's cool.
Yeah, I can always watch Galaxy Quest.
Yeah, Tim Allen is his best.
Okay, I just want to say
Justin Long.
we're like throwing in movies, contemporary even too. So my list is like all bullshit. This is before I turned fucking 20 movies. So yeah, Galaxy Quest rules.
Number 3.
Okay, number 3 for me. Let's see. What do I got? Okay, I mean, it's still Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, that is the soap opera.
Yep.
Most dramatic of the
Space opera,
Star
yeah.
Wars.
Yep. Has the biggest arc, has the fucking reveal, has the downward ending.
Mm.
I mean, that's how you do it.
And they
Make
open up
no more
big.
Star Wars after that.
Right.
Oh
But
man, I think I have 5 more movies that I like.
We'll throw the
We'll
other
see.
ones in honorable mentions, or you can circle back and say those ones are honorable mentions.
you cannot circle back, sorry.
No
The
circle
list-
backs.
The
Oh,
list goes
list
down,
stands.
only down.
The
It's a
list
one-way
stands.
street.
Oh man,
But
that's tough.
the best part of Empire, just the beginning. Yeah. I mean, those guys had nothing
Or
against
Hoth.
those at-ats. Imperial Walkers.
AT-ATs at apps.
Yeah.
My kids love
Yeah.
those.
Nothing against those guys.
That's true.
I mean, ugh, whatever.
Also, why were they on the beach in Rogue One anyway? Ridiculous.
Right. And those the snow speeders.
Yeah.
Nothing. Listen, they did
True.
shit. Like,
Well, I mean, they
what
tied
did
him up
they do?
after, but
That's-
yeah. They're like, pew, pew! It's like, get off me, bitch.
Use your harpoons and tow cables. Go
Yeah, I
for
mean,
the legs.
They got all that technology and they still gotta get clever to take
alright.
them down. Whatever.
2 ships against a Star Destroyer? Like when they tried to escape and stuff.
I'll go
Yeah.
play Battlefront.
Right on.
I heard that one sucks.
It does. I hate it.
Really?
My kids love it. I hate it.
I think it sucks that they didn't have a story mode, but whatever. Yeah, so is that the only part you like? Just the beginning on Hoth?
I always wondered, like I tweeted out to Mark Hamill, like I wanted to ask him, like that face he made when he ate Yoda's food,
Mm-hmm.
was that like a too much salt? Or was that like, this is gross, like kind of taste? Because he took that initial taste and then he grabbed more.
No,
So,
it was
like,
the cinnamon
was he that
challenge.
hungry? Like he'll just eat shit? Like he didn't like it? Oh.
Yoda's just laughing. It's
Right.
like,
What did he say?
that's not really my food.
He didn't tweet me back.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, Mark
We're not important enough to tweet back.
Hamill.
Or Mark Hamill.
And yeah, it is a down ending when he loses his
Yeah.
arm. Oh, God. I wish I was
and
in that
also,
theater.
like, I feel the bigger part is his dad is the worst guy in the universe,
Right.
almost.
I gotta tell you this. I don't know if I mentioned this on another podcast, but I had a coworker who said he went with his deaf friend
Mm-hmm.
to Empire at the theater when it was out,
Uh-huh.
and he said when Darth Vader said "I'm your father,"
Mm-hmm.
like everyone was like, "Whoa!"
Right.
And then but his deaf friend was just like,
Like,
what do you
what?
say? What do you say? Like in the theater? It's like you didn't hear. Like why is he even there? But that's
Yeah,
what he was
why is he
yelling.
not at the open caption one? Or fucking...
His deaf friend was yelling. What is he saying?
Oh, that sucks for him. Because that is an important
Right.
plot point. That is the one.
Can you imagine? I still remember movies like Sixth Sense. Like, did you see Sixth Sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So when Bruce Willis is trying to open the door,
Right.
and then everyone's like, "Oh, what? He's dead?" He's like, "Whoa!" And then when episode 7, when Han gets it, the theater's just dead.
I was so mad.
I was just
I fucking hate Kylo Ren. Anyways,
I didn't want to move.
Even more now.
Okay, what did we just watch? You know, it's like, oh, okay. Like I love those moments in the theaters. Like just
when it just like
the whole theater
everybody
feels
goes.
it. Yeah, it just I felt it during
T2. I felt that
Kung
last
Pao.
time.
Kung Pao?
Really?
No,
That movie was so stupid.
I could feel everyone pissed off. Like
Oh, okay.
Like no one was laughing.
Hardware.
Like you could see people just like.
What the fuck?
Why
I
am
like that.
watching?
I like it. I wish we had a camera on you
Oh
right
my
now.
god! Like, and I told 3 of my friends, "Oh, let's go watch it. It's gonna be funny."
Oh, were they pissed at you too?
They left the what?
They're
We're
like,
never
"Fuck this."
picking the movie ever again.
Oh, I was one of those.
I was like, I'm sorry, guys, because it was like 5 minutes of laughter in the first 5 minutes,
And then done.
and then no more laughing after that.
In high school in the 90s, I was that guy. Always picked the shitty movies
Yeah.
that look good from the trailers, and then like,
But-
fuck, my bad.
That kind of movie is like a acquired taste. Or
I think so,
humor.
and
particular
and, and,
for
and
sure.
requires drugs. Like it's a drug-heavy laugh track.
Did you see your number 3?
I did. Mine was
Okay.
Empire.
Number 2.
Number 2.
You already said Empire, so I'm gonna leave it off my list, even though it's like one of my favorite movies.
Dope.
That's number 2.
Dune.
Oh,
Really?
you know what though? When they redo it, because they are, it's gonna come correct. They just fucked it up. That's all. And they put Kyle MacLachlan.
How big is the book? Is it like this?
I read it. It's great.
Is it?
The,
How many
the book's
pages?
amazing.
Is it epic? Like as it?
No, it's like 300, 400 pages. Big deal.
That's it.
That's it.
Oh.
I don't know. I
So
mean,
that big.
I don't really read. I don't really like fiction too much, but just from what I gathered from watching it and blocking Kyle MacLachlan out, I'm like, oh, this shit could be
The
awesome.
world that they built.
the
in
world that
story
they
is
built, fuck yeah,
amazing.
and the sandworms. It's
Could be. Could
it
be good.
plays complementary to Beetlejuice. I
It
feel
was way better than the sci-fi version. Let me tell you.
Oh God, why? I thought
Why?
they would come correct.
Why?
Like,
Why?
okay, now they've got some time to develop. I'm like, oh God, this is worse than the fucking
Sci-fi
Kyle
seriously
MacLachlan.
needs a GoFundMe.
I feel like that, yes, and they need Kevin Feige or his equivalent from Marvel to like,
There's
all right,
so
guys.
much hippie shit on there, man. It's
Yeah.
bad. New
This is
age
how we
crap,
make
like, wow.
sci-fi movies. One, we turn the brand back to
Thank
SCI-FI
you. Thank you.
because that's something. I don't know what SYFY is, but they need.
Well, I think they have to trademark it. Because you couldn't
Oh, and they couldn't
trademark
trademark the-
sci-fi.
yeah.
Because that's just a general term, right? So they had to make something their own. That's what I read when they first.
I mean,
launched
that
it.
makes sense, but fuck. Ugh.
Imagine greater though.
I feel like
I love that.
That's when they started getting really stupid. Like, I mean, sci-fi was always kind of walking the line.
Wizard of
but...
Earthsea, didn't they do that too? It was horrible.
What did they do? What did...
Wizard of Earthsea, did they do that too?
I have no idea, but that sounds
Ursula
like
K. Le Guin.
that's
Sounds like a
something
band from the
you'd find,
60s, like
find
Earth,
that
Wind,
on,
and Fire
on their
journey.
fucking Dagon or I don't know.
Yeah, right, exactly. I think you do know what I'm talking about.
Oh, that's what the Ursula. Yeah, that's what it is. Dagon.
Oh, okay. Right on.
Oh, they
And
ripped
I'm
off the
never-
Nords.
Yeah, I'm
They-
never getting it back again. Dagon.
Cool. All right, number 2. I
Wait,
got-
did you? Oh yeah, Dune.
Dune.
Yeah, actually, good one. Fuck. If I love it for what it
The
could have
spice
been.
must flow.
Yeah, I love it for what
My
Dune
name
could
is a
be.
killing word.
I
for
have
real.
Predestination.
Seriously?
I love that. That's my
What? I don't even
favorite.
Is
know
that the
that
one? He's
is.
like a tranny, and then
Well,
he gave
don't
birth to
give
himself.
it away. You can't
Come
give it
on,
away.
Don't say that.
I'm transgender.
It's
He's
not
like a
even that.
Transgender or transsexual, and
it's
he gave
just a
birth to
weird
himself.
movie. Yes,
I fucking hated that movie. I don't.
I love it.
Get
it's,
it.
It's my favorite time travel movie ever.
What's that sound?
But it's definitely a slow burn in the beginning. Like I was getting pissed off, like the first 30, 45 minutes. Cause
Yeah.
like, what did I buy? And then that's just the
Oh
setup.
shit! You bought it?
Yeah,
Oh.
but I'm glad I did because it's amazing. That's why it's at number 2.
It does. It plays with time and a lot of.
It's a time travel movie.
Yeah.
But then it's another approach because then you don't go into the future or the past, but rather it's just a constant. Like, well, I don't want to give it away because that kind of movie details it'll just mess it up. But you just gotta watch it, and it's either you love it or you hate it.
Oh really? It's
I think so,
polarizing.
yeah.
Okay, well, that's cool. I mean, I thought it was creative. I guess, I don't know. He gives birth to himself. found that weird.
That's the man. That's the. Oh, yeah.
I found that weird.
But
But it is
actress,
trippy. Like if you want like a what, that would be it.
Yeah, for sure.
So what are we on 2?
Yep.
I got Enemy Mine.
It's an amazing movie. It's Crusades in space, right? That's all it is.
Well, I guess we could look at that. I like
Mouse.
that dynamic where they start polarizing, hating, and then oh, we're friends now, and now there's a little baby.
Right. I mean, because you see the similarities in their cultures, right? I mean, but even Dennis Quaid wasn't a religious guy, but he kind of found it in the words of the Drac people.
I like the creatures that inhabit that planet too.
That's the best
They just
part.
that is not a planet meant for life. It's just
It's death, but even though
death planet.
But those creatures need life in order to live. So
yeah.
they know how to choose their meals, right? Like you can't just keep eating those turtles.
And that fake Sarlacc thing, right?
Oh, that's the worst.
Fucking eats the turtles.
It travels underground like a tremor.
Guys. Yeah, so I love that movie, but I like, that any kind of movie that has those two, on polar opposites, and then they get, I guess, through survival, they say, we're not so different after all. Here's the real bad guy, colonizer, or whatever the fuck those guys were doing.
Oh, the white man.
Yeah,
The
they
white
happened to be
man.
white men, and they were like as evil as fuck. They were about to kill the little kid. Like, it's like mustache twirling evil.
Mustache twirling evil. He
was just working his business. That was his business.
Yeah, that's fine. Make $1. But I mean, he was gonna murder the kid. There's really no.
Anyway. So before we get into our number ones, we have our honorable mentions.
Yep.
Noe, 3 honorable mentions for you. Just list them off. You don't have to.
Inception.
Dope.
Serenity.
Oh, good.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna say
Not Interstellar. Come on.
no.
Also known as
Strange
School.
Days.
Oh yeah. Oh, Captain Bigelow.
I couldn't stop watching that movie when it first came out.
I feel like it was ahead of its time, and
I
I
gotta
also
watch
feel
it,
like
yeah.
I don't like you. Oh yeah, you've never seen it.
No. Because Cameron wrote it, right? But Bigelow directed it.
It's like VR. It's like about VR. I feel like.
Basically, I mean that's the technology they're dealing with, but yeah,
Okay.
there's a lot of
Like they
human-
deal with that, like a guy who can't walk, but he has the experience of running through VR.
Nice.
And of course, motherfuckers use it to do corrupt shit. Like, come on, humans.
But like Vincent D'Onofrio's in the film.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's the corrupt cop.
Of course.
Nice.
He's always brilliant, though.
Yeah, I love him.
So my 3 honorable mentions: Sunshine, Star
Again with the
Trek,
sunshine.
The Voyage Home. That's
Which
the
one is
4th
that?
one. Where they come back.
Is
in
that the
time.
whales?
Yeah.
Is that the
The
humpback
whales?
whales?
Yeah. The
Oh
whales.
my god.
Oh.
That was the best
Oh
one.
my
God.
god.
Above
No.
Rathacon, I mean, if you're
No,
gonna pick,
no.
if you're gonna
Really?
get
Rathacon.
into Star Trek, really?
Oh my
Oh god.
goodness.
I mean, it's personal. It's personal, but ugh.
That was the best one. They roam the streets of San Francisco.
Like modern day, yeah. So, or modern day, 1998 or 88, whatever the fuck. But
Damn
oh,
right. Damn.
that is. Oh god. Okay.
Oh.
Sunshine. That one and what else?
Interstellar.
Oh wow.
That is honorable mention because I like Spaceballs better. For a
I
sci-fi
like
film.
Spaceballs better than Interstellar too.
But this one, it's what movie did we just watch that I thought of?
Thought of Interstellar.
Oh no! So the whole scene in Aliens when Ripley wanted to see her daughter, and she didn't get that chance, whereas Matthew McConaughey got that chance.
Yeah, all you had
To
to do is
finally
look
see.
through a bookshelf.
Can you imagine? He can't see anything, and he's like, "What's her name? Murph."
Yeah, Murph.
Yeah, but he got to see her.
And then she
as
said
a old
something
woman.
really dorky. It's like,
Do you know the woman who played the old version of her?
you
the one
mean
in,
Jessica Chastain?
Yes. No, the one.
Oh, the
older.
the dying one.
Yeah. She was in Requiem for a Dream. She played the mom.
Oh, Ellen Burstyn.
Yeah, that's her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, she's dope. She like
When-
created method acting.
When they meet and he's like, "Oh, you made it home." They finally see each other, but then it's like,
She's like, you gotta go get what's her name?
Anne
Catwoman.
Hathaway.
Yeah.
but it's like let me be with my family now, and like he didn't get to see.
I felt
her
yeah,
girl.
it's just
Like,
like a
that's
quick
so-
high five, and then it's like bye, dad. You
It's
gotta
very
go get.
bittersweet. Like he had to move on.
Yeah, I was.
But I mean,
freaked
he
out
did
there.
save, the
The
human
day,
race.
yeah.
He's like, oh, I did my job at least.
It started strong for me,
Mm.
but then it just stopped making sense. Not only science, just
Oh, the whole thing when
characters.
every hour we spend on this planet is like 5 years. or
No, that
something.
was fine. To me, that was just nerd. I just blocked it out and tried to look to the emotional motivations that stopped making sense and their choices. Like, Murph is pretty useless, so why is the connection between him and her instead of the son?
Mm. But she's the one with the brains, right? He grew up to be a
Supposedly,
farmer.
but she doesn't do anything smart except Eureka! She says. She
Well-
literally says Eureka!
She had to translate the code.
Yeah. That they don't even invest you in it. She just genius looks at it.
It's binary.
Oh, well, I still, she's horrible.
Oh, all right.
And then I hated Anna Hathaway. She can sing though. Fuck. she
I
can sing.
love his name's Ricky Fitz, but he was the pilot that died on the water planet.
Oh, is that Wes
Wes
Bentley?
Bentley,
Wes
yes.
Bentley.
I really like that dude. He's cool.
He's from American Beauty. Yeah.
Ricky Fitz.
Oh, that was
Yeah,
his character
that's
name?
Ricky Fitz.
Nice. Ricky Fitz. I think he was like Blackout 2 and Ghost Rider. Anyway, I got The Fly, The Fifth Element.
1986, The Fly,
Oh yeah.
or whatever year it was.
No, I think it is 86. Yeah, or 87.
Jeff Goldblum's.
Go. Yeah. The other one, I can't even watch that piece of shit.
No, that one gives me chills every time I see the ending.
Oh, it makes me laugh.
Gil, help me! He's like half.
He's like
he
a
can't-
fly with a human head
Yeah,
and a human with a
torso.
fly head.
Oh,
Eureka!
oh, okay.
That's creepy stuff.
I liked how they did an off-screen shot of him eating like his sugar, and the wife's just like, oh, and then we see in the Jeff Goldblum eating the donut, and we finally get to see it.
Oh, I'm sorry, you shouldn't have seen that.
Like, he didn't eat it; he vomited on
Yeah,
it. Well, that's how
and then he sucked it up.
that's how flies eat, right?
Yeah,
They-
apparently. I mean, I learned that from that movie. Never would have gave a fuck about that until that movie. It's like, yes, that's how we.
What was the
He
third?
deserved a fucking Oscar nod for that shit.
What was your third honorable mention?
Oh, The Weird Science.
Oh,
Terrible movie, but I mean, I thought we were going for movies, So
well,
it has a
Bill
nostalgia.
Paxton was Jabba the Hutt in the end, right?
In Weird Science.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Remember? Well, he's not Jabba the Hutt, but he looks like
Ish.
just
Jabba-ish.
he was like
Jabba-ish.
farting and just pooping because he was such a dick to his brother. It's like, oh, what's her name? Kelly
LeBron.
LeBrock. That was her, right? What's her
I
name?
think so. I want to say.
Hard to
yes.
Kill.
Yeah.
Ex-wife of Steven
Steven
Seagal.
Seagal. Yeah. John
She's
Crow.
beautiful.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's
Hard
probably
to-
why she got the role. Yeah, it's like everybody's poster, high school
Kelly
poster.
LeBrock. Yeah.
Kelly LeBrock. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, number ones.
Number ones. What is my? Oh yeah. Take it away, Noe.
Just to irritate you, Blade Runner.
Okay.
When we screen it, you're gonna have to, explain it. I like that you said it deals with memory and themes and this kind of stuff.
Humanity.
Yeah, which always appealed to me. I guess I was just like, all right, looks like we're building up to some kind of chase and some kind of fight. No, talking. Fuck.
I mean, and it's funny because when I started posting about the film, people started saying, well, Philip K. Dick was always on drugs when he wrote. And then last week I was like, I need to get the book, I need to read the story, and it's really hard to read.
Really? His mind moves like druggily.
It's
For
hard.
Blade, do you mean the Electric Sheep?
Yeah, it's hard to read. Like it's not easy reading. Like, and I'm a good reader, and it's hard to read, and then it's people are saying that it's way darker than the film.
Oh, I'm sure.
I tried
Wow.
to read the graphic novel. I just never got past the first page.
But you said it was because you had an expectation that the film was going to be an action
Yes.
film. So
These Blade Runners, man.
Because that's a dope fucking name. It's a dope title.
It
It's
is.
a dope job description.
It is very misleading.
I kill
Like
replicants.
Ghost in the Shell. It's
Yeah.
very misleading.
You know, these things, they're built to work, and then they die, but they can't escape.
Well, I mean, you have to think
property.
about it because you're doing a screenplay, and then you have to think to yourself, okay, is this a screenplay? How many of the words matter in conveying a story to the medium of film? And what gets lost in that translation?
True.
Because there's a lot of backstory in the story of Blade Runner
That
that
doesn't
can
get
only
on.
be suggested through. Well, there's another affective world that's engaged when you do film, and that you don't have when you're reading words, except that your imagination supplies it. So sound, light, the ambience of that world, of that post-apocalyptic sort of strange world. It, like when I saw that Blade Runner, I went to the double feature because I'm lame that way. It was back-to-back the original and then 2049 because I don't think I saw the original Blade Runner on a big screen. So I got this chance, like, it's like when they rescreened Lawrence of Arabia at like Kapilani Theater, and they took it out of mothballs and they put it on this huge screen where it was meant to play.
Right.
Like I had to go see it multiple times because when was I gonna get the chance to see that?
That's fucking true. I have never seen that on a huge screen.
With that sound, like the full orchestral sound, like in a venue where it was meant to be played. So that's why I went. But that world that we're so used to seeing now in sci-fi films, Blade Runner is like one of the first films to capture that kind of environment where we're seeing ash falling from the sky the way we are in California now, with the fires burning out of control. And this is what's concerning to me about these kinds of films, that as people who generate story, are we capable of creating a future that is not apocalyptic? Because all of our futures in this genre look like they're all pointing towards apocalypse. I mean,
Dystopia.
yeah, dystopia and
I
apocalypse.
love dystopia, though. I feel like everybody does.
Why would you love that? Like, I don't get it at all.
Well, I feel it's funny to laugh at it and be like, oh shit, that's almost like what's going on today, but just ridiculously extreme.
Right, but I think that if that's the only thing that you put in your filter in your field of vision, you're gonna come to
That's
that.
the aim.
That's you have no alehikike arawai. That's what you're gonna manifest. You're gonna manifest ash falling from the sky and the sun being blotted out. And people, that was the other thing, right? People had to go off world to live. That was also part of the Blade Runner 2049. Like, only the losers are left behind on Earth, and that doesn't come out in the first film really, but that's actually part of the narrative of the first film, that Decker's on Earth because he's stuck there because he can't make enough money to get off Earth. Hell, he can't even make enough money to buy a real animal, which is what he wants. He wants to own a horse, or he wants to own a sheep.
That's right.
So he can only own a fake mechanical sheep that he has to care for, like a. Remember when everybody had those things on their like
Tamagotchi?
Tamagotchi. Those things, like the electronic friend thing. So that's like an extension of that part of the story. And I kept saying to my husband, like, why is he so obsessed with having an animal? What's like, why now? Yeah, why? And my husband was like, all the questions that he asks Rebecca, all the questions that he asked the when in the replicant tests are all about empathy, and that's can you be empathetic with an animal or with
he's drilling himself.
Yeah, so
because he's a replicant.
To keep your humanity, you have to find relationships that keep you human. It's like a form of self-care where you can't even relate to people anymore. You know, and that's another feature of this sci-fi genre. I see, like, with that guy with the lock over his heart, like, and the AI says we have a way of disciplining and suppressing our behavior. We have behavior suppressants. Technology's a fucking behavior suppressant, right? So this, to me, the sci-fi features, like, some of the narratives that are coming out of it are fascinating to me, and I really like Blade Runner because it makes me think about. It doesn't make me focus on Blade Runner, is what it does.
Right. Everything that's not just that in front.
It makes my brain productive, I feel like, when I interact with it, as a framework for thinking. That's why I like Blade Runner so much.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
I'll have to go check it
when
out
you
now.
were talking about that, it made me remember a lot of stuff that I forgot. So yeah, we definitely gotta check that out.
And I'm like, this is the greatest movie ever.
I don't know about all that,
We're
but
gonna bring a lot. I'll bring you some energy drinks that day. I promise.
Right on, right on. Okay, interesting.
it'd be an 8-bathroom break
A
day.
technology suppressant. Tech suppressant.
Technology is a behavior suppressant.
That's interesting. Well, you could see that.
I feel like
but
it's
I mean,
a
it's
mech.
like, well, then it's kind of like the Matrix. Like, you know, we can destroy these machines and we don't need them, but we need them in order to live. So it's like,
Do we? Not sure.
Oh no, we do.
Or else we're gonna be like Zion and shit. Fuck
But
Zion.
yeah,
Ugh.
Zion's the example.
Plug
right?
me
What
in.
is that? What is that?
It's that
It's the
in the
city.
movie, it's that horrible reggae city where everybody like just doesn't have clothes that much, and
Oh, it's like basically it's Puna.
like in the
The
Big Island,
Punatics. Yeah, the Punatics.
pretty much. Yeah,
You mean
it's
on Big Island?
it's not the place you want
Oh, I was
to be.
thinking
There's
Puna.
just like new age kind of communities where they imagine that, or in Kalalo where they imagine that going back to Earth means I can be high when I want, I can be naked when I want, I can
Exactly.
be kapu.
Yeah. It was basically like Orgy City, but with a couple spaceships and a rock like a mountain dome.
What movie
but
is this?
Matrix 3.
Oh yeah, I don't. Yeah, Matrix 3. That's, yeah.
Well, I mean, because then he
Revolution.
points out, okay, what about the lights? What about the water? What's going to filter this? It's like, so we need it. The point he was trying to make was
We
need
need
machines as much as the machines need us. Right? In a sense, there's that.
Well, in that
balance,
world they've created,
in that world,
I guess, yeah.
But yeah, so
I don't know. I'm like, plug me in. I mean, not that I would rat anybody out. Like that one dude, like that's fucked up. But if I just have a choice of me, like, do you want to get unplugged and live in this horrible sex Kalalau city or whatever?
Well,
or
and
do you
then-
want to like stay in the Matrix and work in an office and just not know better? Just leave me plugged in.
It's funny because Kalalo means to wander aimlessly.
Okay. Well, that's
just
another
like the song
discussion
too,
for
right?
another day.
Yeah.
All right. Number one, I got Star Trek First Contact.
Serious?
Serious?
That's number one right here. This was the movie that got me into the series. First Contact.
Really?
And it was the first. It's
Not
interesting.
fucking the whale one,
No.
which was like 12 years earlier,
Yeah.
probably. No,
No, it's because
that was just a one-off.
I was making its rounds on HBO, so it was always on repeat. It was always on. But then it's interesting because then it's the first movie or the first one to mention or say the word Star Trek in the series.
Oh.
Yeah, and they go back in time in this one too, and they fight the Borg.
I feel, oh, the fucking Borg.
The Borg are badass. Like, how
And then
do-
you got Alex Krieg, right? Wasn't Alex Krieg the
Yeah.
fucking Borg queen?
She was, and just to think that they fought these things before, why didn't how did they survive? I mean, the Borg seem superior in every facet
Fuck yeah,
of
they
the
are. They
universe.
fucked up Data.
Well, you got the Romulans too, right? So they're very superior. But
They're dope.
I mean,
They're one drilling ship
and then
from the future, like fucked up.
there's that one guy in the Star Trek universe. I don't know what his name is.
Not the Nemesis guy, the Tom Hardy character.
No, it's in it's in Next Generation. Like his name's like I want to say Q.
Yeah.
But he's like the all-knowing, but he's kind of like a watcher, where they just watch.
Yeah.
But they're superior in every way.
Support,
They just
yeah.
don't.
I think his name is Q actually.
Okay, but yeah, First Contact is James Cromwell.
I forgot that's the Borg one. Okay.
Yeah. And you meet the inventor of the
The warp drive.
warp drive, right?
Yeah. I didn't really give a fuck about that part. I just like the Borg.
Right,
Like, sign me up for the fucking Borg. Best bad guys ever.
Zephyrin Cochrane, I think is his name.
That's right, Zephyrin Cochrane.
That's chapter 1 in engineering school.
Yeah. We all learned about him at the academy. And he's like some broken down old drunk, right? Who's like a coot.
Right, but I like how everyone knows who he is. Like everyone's like a student of him,
Right.
and like they know his impact and his influence just in Earth, like because he was the one pretty much Earth was in post nuclear war.
Really? Was Earth fucked up?
It was already messed up, right?
Didn't they only show us like Montana or something?
It was nothing. right?
Oh.
Like they're just like there's no drive, right? And that's what they call the Dark Ages, right? Where humans don't progress. So I think it was just
A
kind of that.
world lit only by fire.
Right? And then that was his retirement, right? The warp drive. It's like, all right, I'm just gonna build this and go explore in space or whatever.
And then he just saved everyone.
Yeah.
Oh shit! So in this scenario, humans created the warp drive, or we just created it and then caught up to everybody else who was already warp driving.
They said that the Vulcans like saw a signature like warp drive and like Earth finally caught up, and so they're like, oh, okay, now we can
Let's go talk to these guys. Yeah.
they finally did
The
it.
dinosaurs is doing stuff now.
Yeah, so it's like all right. But, yeah.
Yeah, how come the Romulans are dope and then the Remans is just like pfft.
But see, I think Klingons are the only ones with cloak technology.
Yeah.
Vulcans
but also
don't
they
know.
live in caves. Like,
Yeah, I mean, but then
they just
they're
spent all their thought on the cloaking device.
Yeah, can you imagine like all the brilliant minds and races in the universe,
And
they
only
still
those
don't
guys
know?
got it.
Yeah, only those guys.
Because they're like, hey, dude, can we build a house? Fuck that. You gotta work on that invisible shit.
Right.
Nobody do anything else.
That's crazy. I find that crazy. Like, or like all the brilliant minds can't figure out cloaking.
Well, you know why? Because cloaking would be so advantageous to war, and that's like their deal, right?
Yeah, they're warriors, right? So, okay, that's Star Trek. I don't know that much about
Okay.
Star
Well,
Trek.
Tangents. After more talk, yeah.
All right, number one.
Good defense of your guys too, guys. Of your guys' number ones.
What is yours?
T2.
Yeah, I consider that a number one movie.
That's the number one.
I mean, that's the kind of movie you can keep watching forever.
It really is.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, it came out at the right time, I think, for me, like, in my point in life. Like, I saw it, I loved it, and forever. Like, if I were to watch it for the first time now, it would be kind of like, oh, can just shove it off.
Well, now it would feel like Genesis, like, oh, Arnold Schwarzenegger trying to do acting again. Oh, time travel cyborgs. Like, at this point, we've seen it 85 trillion times.
Because it was, 8 years after the first one that came out.
Yeah.
That's like, wow.
But
okay.
they did a great thing, though. They flipped the script. They made the bad guy from the first one the good guy in this one.
That's the cool thing about
and
it, right?
they added a comic book villain bad guy, you know?
Who's superior in every way.
Who's superior in every way.
But he was just a prototype. That's the thing.
But he can't win because he's a machine who won't learn. And then you got the fucking T-800 or whatever the fuck his name. And he's like learning and shit.
Right.
Which is a perfect excuse to drop one-liners that end up as fucking slogans.
Can you imagine the influence that movie has? Because at Disney World, they still have the T2 experience.
Really?
And it's totally Linda Hamilton and Edward Furlong.
Mm-hmm.
Like it looks like they filmed it like a couple days after T2 because it'll show them on the screen, and it's a whole new storyline.
Really?
And it's all motion kind of deal. So like your seats would kind of.
Oh, one of those.
Yeah.
Like the Star Wars ride.
And then, so you gotta watch what's on screen, but they have actors too. So it's like, but it's still there. So it's like it's forever. I think that's how good T2 is.
I'm reading right now online that Taika Waititi is in the running to direct the new live action Akira.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, he's getting mad play. What if Thor Ragnarok bombs?
I don't think it will.
I don't
it's a
think it
Thor
will
movie.
either. I don't think it will either. Fuck yeah, mad props. Eagle vs. Shark is one of my favorite movies.
You think he'll do?
I like that vampire movie, man. That vampire
Oh,
movie's
when we do in the shadows?
That movie's hilarious.
Look at me.
Yeah.
Look at me.
Oh my god. Yeah. All right. Well, that is the six
606,
for
yeah.
sci-fi flicks.
Sci-fi.
Thank you to Noe for joining
Thank you
us.
very much, Noe.
For
Thank you for having me.
For some thought
insightfulness.
too, yeah.
Yes. Lots.
And for like making Blade Runner, sound a little more. Yeah,
you pitched it.
You did pitch it. You pitched the
pitched
shit
it.
out of it.
Yes.
I think we should be writing and pitching our own films.
Yeah.
I feel like we should too.
Try
Like,
to pitch
who,
me
though?
The Notebook because I'll never watch
I
that.
never watched that movie.
Oh, okay.
Some of my really students, they were like, "You have to watch this." I'm like,
Well,
"Yeah."
why don't you try pitch Interstellar and Sunshine to Mox to get
Sunshine? I don't even know what that movie is.
Yeah, you're missing nothing. You've run it down, and I know, and I've seen it. Like I gave it 3 viewings, bro. I can't get it. I just won't.
Did I see that movie?
Because the
Danny
dynamic
Boyle,
changes
about
in like the
2008.
middle. It's just weird.
You know what? That could be another expectation movie. I really thought I was going to see creatures in outer space, something, dead spacey. And then,
I
At-
see
at
the
the
root,
very
the
end,
root
it
of
gets-
all of Mox's unhappiness is expectation.
yeah. Well, sometimes it works to the benefit. Like Pitch Black, I was like, well, I want to see this bullshit. Then I'm like, oh my God.
Right on. Okay. Well,
Blind
that's
guy
it.
versus creatures.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dope.
This is a Nekko Media podcast.